find different ways we could add sound. I'll play my old keyboards or a toy. No. Or I'll sample old records, bird calls of Guam, and input all that into my computer. The more interactive pieces I work on for the internet will be done in Director 8. But that's changing now with Flash 5. You're able to script a lot more interactive moves in Flash 5 now. Sometimes I like to take a lot of little sounds or little musical bites and bring them into Flash and actually compose using different layers and tracks within Flash. If I'm doing a MIDI sequence or actually composing music, I use Mark of the Unicorn's digital performer to sketch and compose and manipulate music. For this piece that I'm working on right here for Mumbleboy, mumbleboy.com, I made the Flash animation into a QuickTime, which is right here, and brought it into digital performer. And then I kind of scored this as a more traditional piece of animation in a more linear way, using digital performer with multiple tracks. I think this is like 17 tracks of sound. Usually you use MIDI and digital audio tracks side by side, but here I'm using no MIDI whatsoever. And after I was finished with it here in digital performer, I brought it into Flash and laid it out. A lot of the web animation that's out there now is kind of very experimental and wacky and not so mainstream. I'm interested in working on the projects that, kind of haven't been done yet, programming-wise or technology-wise as it pertains to the web.
You can learn more about LemJ by going to our website, techtv.com/audiophile. And when you're there, you'll also want to check out our Music Tech Archive. There you can find streaming tips, tricks, and reviews from past shows. Hey, welcome to my cubicle. Today I'm going to show you a program that'll get you acquainted with the basics of music production. This is Loop Labs. It's available from Crash Media, and you'll find it at looplabs.com. Now this is a Flash-enhanced site. It is not a software program, which is great because you don't have to worry about memory or downloading a thing. Now when you get to Loop Labs, you're going to find 7 tracks. This is exactly what a real mixing board looks like, complete with volume controls and crossfaders. The initial page is going to come with some samples, but if I want to change those, no problem. I go to their music library, which they call the Loop Explorer, and there are many different samples to choose from. I stopped counting at 50. Now that you're familiarized with Loop Labs, let's play a little bit. Now, the basic principle of music production is layering. Layering your strings, your bass, your drums, and Loop Labs is going to show you how to do that. So basically, I'm going to grab bass 34 and put that in track 1. A lot of bass. I'm a big fan of the bass. Now I'm going to grab some keys and put that in track 2. And this beat is great, so I've got to play that one. Now I can save my custom beats in the mixer presets. There's more than 20 of those here. And I can also record my compositions and then play them back. Well, there it is. Lots and lots of fun. Now remember, if you're a musician, this stuff is old hat to you. But it's still definitely worth a look. And if you're a beginner, you're going to love it. You'll be hooked. I know I am. Coming up, we're on the road with the New Deal as they show us how they make their new album. Audiophile will be right back. Audiophile.
6 months ago, Canadian trio The New Deal set out on a mission to build their own mobile recording unit and capture the sound and energy from their innovative live shows. Audiophile caught up with them during a tour stop in San Francisco.
First, the live instrument creates the music, the DJ samples a live musician, and now we're trying to emulate somewhat what the DJ produces from sampling the live musician. So it's like come around full circle.
Hello.
I'm Jamie Shields, and I play keyboards. I play bass in the New Deal.
I'm the Vice President of Percussive Solutions.
We pretty much are connected at the hip musically. Like, we just have to look at one another and, really not have to say anything.
How I define the New Deal sound would be taking the energy of house music, electronic music, and expanding on that.
Our creative element in our performance was best when we played live. we decided to try and capture that. We had recorded about 60 shows from our winter and spring tour, which was ended up being about 120 hours of music.
We learned a lot of things along the way, everything from like how we mic the drums, because that's a huge thing. Is because you're dealing with house music is very precise, perfect, tonally, sonically, everything's perfect. To be able to recapture that in a live setting was a bit of a task.
The record's called The New Deal. The way the music had been created and the way it was performed to us was all very New Deal. It's 14 tracks on it, very New Deal. We recorded it on a 16-track machine with a tape operator we brought out on the road.
And we took that raw material and listened back and see what we liked from 45 shows. We recorded everything on the CDR and referenced back into that, then find little moments we liked.
We multi-track recorded them, so we had, in theory, the same kind of independent control over every instrument that one would have in the studio.
We brought our own mics, 16 mics, our own snakes, effects, 2 DA88 digital audio machines.
They were simply mic pre's, so they didn't have any equalizers, they didn't have any compression. Ironically, they're called true audio. They were the true representation of whatever they were hearing on stage, no coloration.
We mixed it onto an SSL J series board, and with about 35 million different outboard effects.
The gates that were in the mixing board that we ran everything through in the final stage, what they allowed us to do was to isolate as best as possible the sounds that we wanted to actually retain from any given track and get rid of a lot of unwanted noise.
We transferred a lot of the music that we liked into either Pro Tools or Digital Performer.
The audio interface that you can connect to this allows you to do is to work in higher sampling rates and greater bit depths.
We used the effects and all the plugins to our best advantage towards the end, making it tasteful, but also making it, pushing the envelope a little bit.
What I'm actually doing here right now is a 2 mix of all the instrumental that was already done and as a safety, and then the new vocals I'm affecting in any number of ways, including using the plugin that made Cher $1 million, which is this one right here, which is called the Antares Auto Tuner. It is, in theory, a studio in a box. So if you're going to record your record on the road, I would recommend something that is portable and is easy to set up so that you're not, when you're tired, going to decide, oh, you know what, today let's just not bother setting it up.
We're all very proud of the record. And we think it's a great record, and we think we succeeded in what we set out to do.
Make music, don't just spin it.
And here's the end result. The New Deal's stunning 12-track high-octane CD, The New Deal on Jive Records, and the band launched their 2002 North American tour early this year. Now, here's a local watch coming up on the next Audiophile.
Next week on Audiophile, hear the history of hip-hop from the Godfather himself, Grandmaster Flash.
That's it for this edition of Audiophile, but if there's anything you missed on the show, you can go to our website, techtv.com/audiophile, and while you're there, be sure to check out our all-new comprehensive guide to free downloadable audio software.
Free. And those emails, we love them, so please keep them coming. Our email address is audiophile@techtv.com. And that's the end of the show. Thanks for watching.